All right, and those intro videos for this week's video announcements are, again, just those reminders as September is our attendance awareness month, and as we continue to talk about the importance of attendance, again, it means a lot more than just showing up to school. It's all of those skills that we continue to build every day. And so we are going to celebrate our first group of attendance winners, and that would be fourth grade. And so congratulations, fourth grade. Your grade level had the highest attendance at 95.77%. And so for today, you will get an ice cream treat right after your lunch recess. So you'll make sure to meet us at the benches between both play structures. And congratulations again to fourth grade for having the highest attendance levels for this first grade level attendance challenge. And don't forget, and we want to thank all those students that participated and created our different flyers and grade level posters. And again, those were due last Friday, and we're looking forward to announcing our winners. And as we go into week 3, remember your attendance matters and so do you. And so it's all about making sure we're building those important skills of making sure that we're showing up and we're having good attendance from early on because of all of the other skills that we get every day by being part of school. All right, and it is Monday, so we're excited to be back at school. It's a marvelous Monday, so we look forward to seeing everybody in their marvelous gear. All right, and at this time, if we could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Hats and hoods off, prairie dogs. Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All righty, prairie dogs, thank you for participating in our Pledge of Allegiance, and we can continue with our announcements. Oh, sorry about that. And September 15th marks the beginning of Hispanic Heritage Month, which continues through October 15th. It's an opportunity for us to celebrate the Hispanic heritage that's been brought here to America and it becomes part of all of our cultures as we become more understanding of one another's heritage. And so we look forward to celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month and bringing more information each week about the important contributions of members of the Hispanic community. And for this first week, we are recognizing Mr. Jaime Escalante, who is an educator who really believed that through hard work and education that all things were possible. And he really helped push students in AP Calculus and math. And so this week for Hispanic Heritage Month, we want to recognize Ms. Jaime Escalante for all that he did as an educator here in the United States and for his Hispanic culture in which he came from, Bolivia. All right, and this week is our drill week. So we do have a fire drill that will be scheduled on Tuesday at 1:30. Remember, on fire drills, lights off, door closed, and unlocked. Make sure you have your rosters, red and green cards. We will have our earthquake drill Wednesday morning at 8:10, and then our lockdown drill Thursday at 8:30. Remember, we'll be giving instructions for each of those days as well in the morning over the announcements so you know what you're doing. So we look forward to practicing our drills so that we're always safe and we're always practicing on how to remain safe. And this week for band, make sure that you bring your instruments each day that you have band. Remember, if you don't have your instruments, then you're not practicing. And if you're not practicing, you're not getting better. So make sure you're working hard in band. Right, and also this Tuesday, we celebrate Constitution Day. So the United States Constitution is the oldest written national constitution still in operation. And many of other nations that have established themselves in the century since have turned to this document as a model for their own constitutions. That is a document that defines the structure of our federal government and delineates the rights of the states within the Union and of individual citizens within the nation. The Constitution has become a symbol to Americans and to the world of our political principles and the democratic way of life that flows through them. And so we look forward to celebrating tomorrow, Constitution Day. Right, and this week on Tuesday and Thursday, make sure that for those that have their student council club, know which days they're going and continue to participate. Thank you for all of those students as they continue to lead and make decisions to move our school forward. And special announcements. Let's make sure that we're paying attention to this one. Guys, this Wednesday is not an early release. There are just some of those Wednesdays that are not early releases. And so for this Wednesday at Pioneer, it is not an early release day. So grades K through 3, you still get picked up at 155, and grades 4 through 5, you get picked up at 255. So it's not an early release this week. We will have cross-country practice on Thursday from 3 to 4. We're excited that we do have our cross-country schedule out, and we look forward to sharing that with you here shortly in the upcoming weeks as we get ready for our first cross-country meet on October 4th. And we do have our callback auditions. So if your name is on the list on the nurses window, then you are invited to callback auditions, which are on Thursday and Friday of this week at 3:30 at Weaver. You need to make sure that you pick up your callback letter and your audition packet from Miss Angela in the office. So make sure if you haven't already done so, check back at the nurses window to see if you're invited to callback auditions. And this Friday will be an indoor flagpole where we'll have Miss McCoy's class leading us in the flag salute. And as always, our president and vice president, Alina and Bella, leading us in the announcements. Don't forget our superpower of this month. Thank you to Miss Mooningham from the Pause Room for bringing us our superpower of the month, which is responsibility, which is making sure doing the things that we're supposed to do and accepting the positive and negative outcomes of our actions, which was perfectly displayed in the book of What Should Danny Do? So we do have the link there for you teachers, if you haven't already done so, that you can share a video version of it. But it's an adventure that leads Danny on some decision making, and depending on those decisions that he makes affects the outcomes that come next. Remember, we need to accept responsibility for those choices we make. So again, thank you, Ms. Mooningham, for bringing us our superpower of the month, which is responsibility. And our quote of the week comes to us from Mr. Jaime Escalante again, who we are recognizing for this week's Hispanic Heritage Month. One of the greatest things in life is that no one has the authority to tell you what you want to be. You're the one who will decide what you want to be. And so you make that decision, and with hard work, you can get there. And that was what Jaime Escalante believed as an educator. So if you want to be who you want to be, then no one else can change that for you. All right, and you still have opportunity to get the yearbooks at a reduced price, so make sure that you go on to treering.com and enter the information on the screen here. And let's not forget, Prairie Dogs, that we choose the peace path as Prairie Dogs, which means that we make the choice to stop what we're doing when we become upset. That's the important thing, is you stop first, you take 3 deep breaths. That will help clear your mind, and it'll help relax your body, which then will help you make a better decision than reacting. So make sure that you make the choice to talk it out, walk away, make a new friend, or get help. Remember, Prairie Dogs, there's never a good reason to put your hands on another student. And let's make sure that we continue to bring our positive plan so that we can have great, marvelous days here at Pioneer. So make sure that while we're present at school, we're always being kind to one another. We're using kind words and showing respect. We're working hard. And if we do those things, Prairie Dogs, we will all be successful, and we will all have a lot of fun while we're learning at school. All right, families, and if you haven't already done so, the information has gone home on how to enter your information so you can have an Aries Parent Portal account. So make sure that this is what that information looked like being sent home from your students' teachers. And get ready for the book fair. It is coming up. It has begun, the countdown, where we're going to take you to another world. And I don't know if you got to see what Miss Crystal and Miss Smith had for us in the library with our jungle theme last year. So we're very excited to see our library come to life. That book fair will be coming from September 30th to Friday, October 4th. Okay, it's coming to Pioneer's Library, where you can come shop from hundreds of awesome books that you can get to choose from. And remember, it's open from 8:30 to 4:30 and closed from lunch from 12 to 1. So we're getting excited as we gear up for the book fair. All right, and we also wanted to thank everybody that participated in our exercise-a-thon. We do have our winners, and so you can see there the highest classes in each of the grade levels. Remember, all of that money raised will go right back to our ASB account. our school, our ASB accounts that then go right back into the different activities and celebrations that we get to do with students. So thank you to everybody that participated in all those donations that help us do those extra fun activities. And just to get ready for not this week, again, this is next week, next Friday, September 27th, will be our next Student of the Month celebration for September. It's also our next Spirit Day, which is Pirate Day. So wanted to make sure, families, that we knew this so we could get ready for this Spirit Day. Make sure to come dressed as a pirate, and we're going to be honoring our transportation department at our Student of the Month celebration. So make sure, don't forget, it is also a Spirit Day, which is Pirate Day. Come dressed as a pirate. Arr! All right, Prairie Dogs, that's what we have for you for our announcements this week. Let's make sure that we're working hard so we can have a great week. And remember, each one of you is great. Just allow yourselves to be. Make sure to hold on for this week's birthday announcements.